motivational speaker. So he's honored and humbled to be in front of you all, sharing his life story. Thank you so much. Welcome up to Scott Greenhead.
Thank you all for being here. I would like to thank GSLT and BXB for helping put this Enlight conference together for tonight. Brookwood is a very special place to me, and I appreciate all the coaches that have been here for me through the years. And thank you to everyone that has come here tonight to help support me and who has supported me through everything else as well. I'm excited to be here to share my story with you guys on this stage. A little about myself. Who is Scott Greenhead? That's a really good question. We're always evolving, and so we want to continue to get better every day. A little bit about myself. I'm 33 years old. I grew up in Lawrenceville, and I graduated from Brookwood in 2004. My sister graduated from Brookwood in 2000. She was a musical theater, so I wanted to be a musical theater. I auditioned, and I appreciate Brookwood Theater for having both the Greenhead kids here in the musical theater program. I was in Peter Pan, Godspell, Les Mis, and Fiddler on the Roof on this very stage. Also, I was the varsity boys basketball manager my senior year. We lost to Lithonia in the Sweet 16 by 3 points in overtime. But don't worry, I'm no longer bitter. I've coached 9 seasons of recreational basketball in the Atlanta area, and 4 in the Brookwood Basketball Association in this community. I graduated from Georgia Southern in December of 2014. Now, if you look up there, you'll see December 2014, and yes, that's not a typo. I graduated in 2004 from here. It took me 10.5 years, and through this journey, I really hated how long it took me, but now I own it, and it's part of who I am. I struggled, but I eventually triumphed and had that sheet of paper, and I'll have it forever, and I'm very thankful for that. The fact that I am standing up here tonight means that dreams can come true. As I said, I'm an aspiring motivational speaker, so to be able to stand up here where I was in my teens and was in shows that also my sister was in as well really means the world to me. Do me a favor. Please raise your hand if you've ever lost something in your life that meant a lot to you. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, everyone. Unfortunately, I have as well. I'm the last one in my immediate family at age 33. So in July of 1998, my mom passed away from cancer when I was 12 years old. In August of 2017, a little over a year and a half ago, my dad passed away after being on dialysis for 7 years. And unfortunately, 5 weeks ago tonight, my sister passed away after an 8-year battle with ocular melanoma. Now, what's interesting is my sister, like I said, passed away 5 weeks ago tonight, and about 2.5 weeks ago, she had a friend send me after she had passed away. She had her friend a little bit after she passed away to have a little time to send me a card that she wrote before she passed away. And in it, she said a lot of different things. And one thing that stuck out to me, she knew I wanted to be a motivational speaker, and she said, "You are my legacy." And that has meant the world to me. I needed it the most at that moment, and I'm very thankful for that, and I will have that card forever. When your back is against the wall, you have 2 choices in life. To play the cards that you're dealt, or to give up and fold them. Kind of like in poker, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I can show you both. So, for the 19 years, 1 month, and 3 days between my parents' passings, I always felt sorry for myself. Now, sometimes it wasn't in words, sometimes it was in actions. And what do we know as a cliche? Actions speak louder than words. And so I always let my circumstances define me. When I walked into my dad's hospice room, and I had seen him laying there as peaceful as I'd ever seen him passed away, I was 31 at that moment and parentless. I realized that it was up to me if I was going to make any changes in my life necessary to be successful. And I realized that at that moment, because he was my crutch and I was his crutch a lot, we were more like big and little brothers sometimes. I realized that I was responsible for my own happiness. It's not up to anyone, and that's what I want to tell everyone, that you're responsible for your own happiness. I never realized at that moment how much I was lacking self-respect until I finally did find a little bit through this journey I'm going to talk to you guys about. Thank you. Don't wait for something negative to happen in your life for you to make the positive change you always think about. Now, I know it's up there, I wrote it, but I want to tell y'all that again. It's very important that I get this across, because I have regret every day with this. Don't wait for something negative to happen in your life for you to make the positive change you always think about. So this guy right here was the old Scott. That's 3 days after my dad passed away. That's what he saw me as. And it's not necessarily just about the weight. It's everything that came with the weight. It's about mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's what he saw me as, and he begged me all the time. It's one of the biggest regrets of my life. He begged me to change my ways so that I wouldn't be on the trajectory he was. So here it comes with the please just start. Hashtag please just start. And I don't care what it is that you want to start. If it's weight loss that you think about, if it's better grades, if it's better SAT scores, if it's your first or a new job that you want, something you're passionate about, life is short. Anything you want in life, hashtag please just start whatever you're doing. Start slow, but just start. One day, just start. And stop talking about it and be about it. So, 452-1. Now I know what you're thinking, Scott, that's an awesome recreational basketball coaching record. And that would be pretty cool if that was true. But it's not. I would probably be coach of the year every year if that happened. It's actually something more important than that. When I started my journey, next slide please if you don't mind. When I started my journey, 3 months and a day after my dad passed away, I started on my elliptical. My goal wasn't to lose 110 pounds, that I'll talk about in a second. My goal was to just do something that I've never done before for 365 days in a row. Because I wanted to show what happens if you don't do something, that if you put your mind to something, stop talking about it, and hashtag please just start and continue on, then you can see where you can end up going. Take the time and enjoy the journey. So I set a goal, like I said, to do 365 on the elliptical. I ended up completing 370 days in a row, and I know all y'all will get that. That's 1 year and 5 days. The reason I took that one day off, I'm very fortunate that I've been able to do this journey on my own here, but one of the reasons I took the day off is we can't control a lot of things that happen to us in life. But I wanted to control the day. I unfortunately knew my sister's impending passing was going to be happening, and I couldn't control that. It's one thing I could not control. But I could control what day I stopped working out for that one day of that streak that was very important to me. So once I hit that streak, I wanted to take the one day off so it was no longer pressure for that particular thing. Like I said, I've lost 110 pounds since then. I went from 268, about what you saw in that picture at the local Poblanos up the street in that photo, 3 days after my dad passed away, to 158. And I'm not telling anyone else to do this, but I've not had any dessert, fast food, or fried food since February 2018. The reason that is significant, and I wanted to put that in there, is I only used to eat that for emotional purposes. So since I enjoyed it, is food good like that? Sure, it's good. And I think in moderation, it's absolutely fine. But for me, I only ate it for the emotional purposes. So through this journey that I've had in my life so far, my young 33 years of age, I've learned a lot of life lessons. I've learned that no matter what in life, life is going to happen to all of us. And it's not exactly what happens to us that really matters. It's what we do. It's how we respond to what happens to us. Because unfortunately, everyone in here, things are going to happen to us. We're all going to have loss. We're all going to have good times. And it's what we do with that, good and or bad, that really matters. And will define us later. You don't have to be defined by something that's negative necessarily. You want to take something from each situation in life. And I can show you for those, like I said, 19 years, 1 month, and 3 days, I can show you how I did not take care of what I need to take care of. But you start small, and then you stay consistent and persistent, that eventually, if you enjoy the journey, instead of just getting to the destination, like I'm here now where I lost 110 and all, and that's great, but it's all about the journey. And now I want to wake up every morning, Lord willing, to share my story and help people and inspire people to start something. Because like I said, it took forever for me to get going. But once I started, I never stopped. And I want everyone to have that feeling of whatever it is they want to do. We are all on our own journey. Do not compare yourself to anyone else. You're going to go through things that the person sitting next to you will. You're going to go through things that they won't. And they're going to go through things you won't. And I'm sorry that I skipped the one in the middle. Others can want something for you. That's actually a very important one. Because like I said, my dad wanted it very bad for me to lose the weight. And all I do every day, I regret that he couldn't be here to see that I lost 100 pounds and say, I'm proud of you, my boy, like he always used to say. You used to say, my boy, all right? So we want to enjoy, so the next one, like I just said, enjoy the journey. It's way more important than just getting to the destination, because once you get there, what happens? We want to start something new and continue to get better. We want to get better every day. And that goes along with the last one. I talked about how in sports, I was involved with basketball here. I'm very fortunate about that. There's a lot of parallels between sports and life. And there's a lot of parallels between them. And we should want to know every day. That doesn't mean you have to do the elliptical every day. Like that was the one thing I was doing. It's whatever it is that you want to get better at every single day. And just And you know what? No teams really go undefeated every season, and that's fine. But you should strive every day to try to go 1-0. I would like to leave you with this last thing. I know there is something that you recently thought about to yourself. You said, oh, I will do it soon. And unfortunately, that eventually can turn into regret. I don't want to keep harping on it, but I kind of do, because my dad saw I was heading in his direction. He was 62, had a great mind and everything, had a future in front of him if he took care of himself. So if he had been here right now, I would have said, hashtag, please just start to him. So at the end of the day, all you can do is start small, but I'd like to inspire you all to one day, very soon, hashtag, please just start. Thank you very much.